This summer, the Five on Your Side investigators are taking an in-depth look at opioids, overdoses, and solutions to these major problems in our area. It's a new series we're calling Finding a Fix. In Northeast Ohio, overdose deaths exploded in 2016 and 2017, more than 1,300 deaths in 1 year. Then in 2018, it seemed like the tide was turning. But over the last 2 years again, the deaths ramped up. Investigator Jonathan Walsh starts our coverage with the messages our kids are learning about drugs.
911, what's your emergency?
I know drugs or something, but please get here quick.
How do we change all of this? One way communities try is through our schools.
You're learning it now to help you later in life, and so there's a reason they're teaching it to you.
We caught up with 13-year-old Grace Gearhart at Solon Middle School.
And it wasn't her fault.
Grace has been through the DARE program in Solon schools.
You're in control of what you put into your body. That's what I tell these kids.
Police officer Joanne Felton has been the DARE instructor in Solon for the last 10 years.
Both my mom and my dad have suffered from addiction themselves, and they're no longer here. But I share it with them.
This is her classroom. DARE messages day in, day out during school hours.
Just learning how to get your way out of some really bad situations that you can be put in.
That they have some sort of plan of how to get a hold of the parent without feeling embarrassed or without feeling that they are stuck.
With the recent pandemic, kids out of school, was that a problem for DARE messages getting to the children? Officer Felton says no, technology still allowed connections.
I'm just really focusing on them, and they make it so much easier for me because they care.
East Cleveland's Kirk Middle School has a different approach.
We all have struggles. It's all about how you deal with it.
The Northern Ohio Recovery Association helps the district. It's a community organization that focuses on mental health. It has come into the district to talk to at-risk kids about drugs during lunch times. Plus, there have been before and after-school programs too.
Go on to your career, go to college, be successful.
Building the foundation with the engagement and learning who that child is and learning who that parent is, you will not be able to reach that child.
9th grader Isaiah Learmont moved here 3 years ago.
To hear that somebody overdose and possibly pass from it, it's like, that could happen to me, and I don't want that, so I just like stay away.
My bottom line message is, don't do it. But if you decide to do it, we have help.
You just simply don't throw something out there and hope that it lands in a good place.
Dennis Bunkley works for the district, focusing on student behavior. He says they try to encompass the impact of drugs.
We teach our children to be resilient in the manner that they have to understand what the process is, what things they need, how to ask for assistance.
He tells us the pandemic was a big roadblock for the school district. Technology was a struggle and a problem for anti-drug messages.
Calling it an obstacle is an understatement because the pandemic pretty much shut us down.
And students also told me this: if a police officer was in charge of their program, that could be an obstacle too, with many kids.
With the stuff that's going on around, like with police brutality, even in here I saw kids on edge when cops would come around because some would be afraid of it.
You have to be aware of your climate. You have to have an understanding of what the relationship is in your particular community with the police department.
The question is, are these approaches working? No one can solely blame these types of programs for our drug problems. That's certainly not fair. We do know that in the past couple of years alone, Cuyahoga County has seen more than 800 overdose deaths. DARE has been criticized in the past by various studies. East Cleveland has its own set of circumstances and challenges. We have 2 different districts, 2 different methods, but still one shared goal when it comes to drugs.
I would not take it because of like all we've learned in DARE and how it can affect you.
Stay away from it. It just teaches me a lesson how to stay away from the drug instead of going to it.
I'm 5 on Your Side investigator Jonathan Walsh.